Something very interesting dropped early this morning. Yes, the chapter 35 spoilers are starting to surface. And you know right now we gotta start with the sneak peek as always. Just for anyone that's somehow not aware, if you want to see the sneak peek exactly when it drops, then you have to go follow the official Naruto/Boruto page on Twitter. They usually drop a couple panels before the official release of the new chapter. Today we got the first out of the two that's supposed to be coming out. And initially, when I seen it, it told me everything we need to know about this chapter. But before we get into that, I want to kindly ask you, yes, you who's watching this video right now, go ahead and drop that like. You know how much it helps in the YouTube algorithm. Oh, and go ahead and hype the video too. I think it's only available on mobile devices, so if you're on your phone or tablet, you could probably do it. So go ahead and do that for me. I would appreciate it greatly. Okay, I'm done. Let's get down to business. So what you're about to see is the result of Sarada's hospital visit from the chapter prior. As we open up with a spoiler today, we see she's leaving the facility, just right outside the door. She appears to be talking to herself. She says, okay, for now, visibility is good. Now she's obviously just talking to herself because nobody is around when she says this, or at least we can't see anyone else present in this entire panel. And when she says visibility is good, she's not saying her blindness is cured. So Sakura didn't perform any magical healing technique that instantly fixed her vision. We go back to this conversation between them, and we see Sakura telling Sarada that her prescription has gone up, meaning they had to adjust the prescription in her glasses so she'll be able to see again. So it's not her eyes that got tweaked, her glasses is what changed. She just has the same frames, of course. So it looks like this is the temporary solution to her vision deterioration. It won't last long because if she uses Ohirumi again, her vision will get worse and worse until she's completely blind, to the point where glasses won't do anything. It seems like Ikimoto wants to use this as a solution until it's time for her to gain a new power that'll restore her vision completely like the EMS. So for now, I do expect her to be good like normal, but I don't expect her to use Ohirumi like that anymore. The only instance I see her using it is in a real life or death situation, or in the case she wanted to use it anyway, which is to help Boruto. So after this, suddenly a random kunai strikes the ground, and you could tell just from the motion drawn onto the kunai, it wasn't always there. Someone just threw it down. That's why Sarada appears so surprised. Someone is right there near Sarada trying to get her attention or attack her. But when we take a closer look at the ninja tool, we see it has a spiral pattern on it. Now at first everyone online was talking about who it might have been that threw this kunai, saying different people than who it actually is. So I feel that everyone is overthinking it a little bit. It's definitely Boruto who threw that kunai. If not Boruto, then it's for Boruto to use his FTG. Remember, Boruto uses kunai and shuriken to aid him when using flying Raijin. The shapes and patterns on these tools helps him visualize his target when traveling long distances. I'm pretty sure you all know how his FTG works. And it's because you guys know how it works, you must be asking yourselves, why is Boruto throwing a kunai with a pattern on it? Doesn't it seem a little bit pointless? I mean, if he's in the area, why does he need to use a patterned ninja tool? At that point, why not just use regular shuriken? I mean, it's not a long distance he's traveling, right? And you're correct in saying that. But if you remember what's going on, Code is currently after Sarada. And what is he trying to do? He's trying to kidnap her, which means there's a chance that Code ends up getting his hands on her and taking her away from Konoha. So this kunai isn't for Boruto. Boruto is already there. He's just up in the sky flying. You can tell because of the direction the kunai came from, and also Sarada was shown looking up in this page. So Boruto was flying up in the sky here, and he threw the kunai down right in front of Sarada. This kunai you see on the screen is actually for Sarada to keep with her, so Boruto can use his flying Raijin technique to get to her location whenever he wants. And I think in the panel right after this, he's gonna tell her to keep that with you because of an impending danger headed your way. Now this is the part that's actually confusing, because if Boruto got into Sarada first before Code, why doesn't he just take her to Kashin Koji's location? I feel like that would be the easier solution, right? But maybe it's because Koji still doesn't want her to know about him yet. Maybe it could alter the future. because if she sees Koji, she's gonna question certain things about what's been going on and what's Koji's role in all of this drama. This could lead to her finding out about prescience, and just Sarada knowing about such a thing could alter the timeline. Time manipulation is very serious and weird. Any little change could result in one unfortunate future outcome over the other one, so it's very important that they are very careful when determining who gets access to Kashin Koji or not. The whole reason Inojin was allowed access was because him knowing about prescience wasn't going to change anything. His role was pretty linear. Simply learn a new jutsu so you can protect Himawari and eradicate Mamushi. That was it. But of course, it might not be the same for Sarada. Her role could be much deeper than that. And since she's such an important character as it pertains to the future, I see why they're being extra careful with her. Now, all of this I'm saying could be wrong because Boruto could just be giving her this kunai for extra protection, and he'll probably just take her to the hideout anyway. But I just don't think that's likely, for the reasons I just mentioned and the fact that Boruto probably wouldn't give her this kunai for no reason, especially if she's gonna be under Kashin Koji's watch. He did this because he has a plan, and I think I can imagine what that plan is. So thinking back, Code hasn't figured out what Boruto's FTG is yet. He doesn't know how it works, unlike Jura who figured it out just from seeing it a couple of times. When Code and Boruto first fought, he thought it was some type of illusion. He didn't know how Boruto was moving like that. That's an advantage that Boruto has on him right now. That's how Boruto can catch him off guard and finish him. If Boruto knows that Code is after Sarada, does he wait in the shadows and then when he's ready to attack, he uses FTG to accompany Sarada and fight Code? Or he could charge up a Rasengan Uzuhiko at max power from a considerable distance, and then use FTG to hit Code with it, which would obviously send him to the afterlife. I mean, there's a lot of possibilities here. Maybe Boruto doesn't plan to do none of that. Now before I say this, I don't think there's a real possibility of him doing this, but perhaps he could use Sarada as a way to gather information. Maybe he wants Code to take her away. That way, he'll find out where Code and the Shinju are hiding out, the exact location they're hiding, and from there, he could secretly swoop in and rescue her. But first he would have to place a symbol there so he can get back to that place. That's why a random kunai is better to give Sarada than one of his pins. That way if anyone sees it on her, they'll just think of it as what it is, just a kunai. But if it's one of Boruto's FTG pins, someone may recognize it and realize that Sarada is conspiring with Boruto, who is a criminal all across the land of fire. And of course that would make Sarada be viewed as a traitor as well. But the big point of this panel is to show us that Boruto might have another plan of his own that shatters the future. Throughout the series so far, Boruto has continuously done things to change the outcome of the future so it fits his own narrative. And not in a bad way, I didn't mean to make it sound like it's a selfish thing he's doing. But he's trying to create a new positive timeline based on these actions. Look at it like this. The reason Boruto told Kawaki about his limiters is so he could get stronger. And the reason Boruto needed Kawaki to get stronger was so he could defend himself against the Shinju. Because as we remember, Koji told us that in most futures, it was Kawaki that ended up getting devoured, and that led to the end of the planet. So to make him stronger now would decrease the odds of that happening. The other reason Boruto did it was so he could assist him in his fight against Jura. He had a plan to get everyone out of Sunagakure alive, but he needed Kawaki's help to do it. This future ensured the safety of Konohamaru and the rest of his comrades, and it also saved him from dying early by Jura's hand. And then there's the time where he gave his sword and future information of technology that wasn't available yet to Sumire so she could turn it into a scientific ninja weapon. Now the true reason Boruto did this is still in the works. It didn't fully manifest yet. But we know it was more than just because he chipped his sword on Jura's finger. It was for another reason than that. Sumire even explained that she forged some type of secret material within the sword. Me personally, I think this is why Boruto gave Sumire the scroll, for the chance she does something like that, which would of course help him out greatly at a later time. All of these actions that Boruto is doing is to benefit not only himself, but the future of the planet, which is his duty as a singularity of fate. Multiple things could have done throughout the series for the embetterment of the future. Things that we didn't even know was planned. And this could be another example of that. Right now, Boruto is trying to protect Sarada while keeping Kashin Koji's prescience ability a secret from the enemy. And also, he doesn't want Code to know how his flying Raijin ability works yet. That's why he probably doesn't want Code to know that he knows he's gonna target Sarada. Because if Boruto just shows up right in front of Sarada while Code is there, it might tell him that Boruto has some sort of precognition power. And that might give away some valuable information or an advantage that he doesn't want to give up yet. But all in all, judging from this panel, I expect Boruto and Sarada to have a conversation based on Code's motives. He's gonna tell her that Code is currently headed to Konoha and to get ready. And also, potentially what his plan is gonna be to counter him and why he's giving her this kunai. He'll probably explain FTG to her in the process. If that's the case, he might try and lure Code to her if he has some sort of surprise ambushing plan. So Boruto and Sarada's plan is in the works, and on top of that, we have Kawaki and Amato's conversation. So this chapter could be pretty dialogue heavy, but that depends on Code. If he ends up making his move as soon as next chapter, then we might get some action. Other than that, it's probably gonna be a lot of preparation for the next arc, because I can assure you, Code isn't the only enemy they're gonna have to worry about. But I guess that's gonna be it for today's video. It wasn't nothing much, I just wanted to share the new spoilers with you all and give my opinion. Like I said last video, I'm pretty sure the chapter cover for this month is gonna be Amato. I don't know, I just have a feeling based on last chapter. If that's the case, it could be Bug as well. So either Amato or Bug, that's my guess. But anyway, let me know what you all thought about the spoilers down below. What do you think this kunai is for? What is Boruto gonna tell Sarada? And what is he planning? Is he planning to take down Code before he kidnaps Sarada? Or does he have a long-term plan in store? Leave all your thoughts and ideas so I can respond to it. Remember, I'm gonna go live to read the full chapter with you guys very soon. So if you want to see that, make sure you all do the following. Like the video, comment, subscribe, and turn on the post notifications so you know whenever I upload or go live for chapter spoilers. And until my next one, I'll see you boys and girls later. And I'm out. Peace.